news endemic. You know why? Because their heads would explode in outrage. There would be none left. It would be over. Yeah, now, this is the double standard by which we live. This is what we are up against, right? Just look at what's going on right now. Look at what's going on. You have Mike Bloomberg. He's going out and buying. He has spent more money to not even be on the ballot yet than Donald Trump spent to win the presidency of the United States. He is running around paying social media influencers. Now, I know a little bit about this world because I happen to be a relatively good social media troll. It's genetic. You can't turn it off, folks. You can't turn off millions of years of evolution in this, okay? But he's going around and buying these social media influencers to make him seem cool, right? It's sort of hard to do given everything that he's said as of recently. And there's a lot more there, guys. They've only just started digging, right? But imagine that. I get these guys. They go, hey, Don, I love that you follow me. I make my living on social media, so Mike Bloomberg's campaign has reached out and they've offered to pay me money to try to make him seem cool. I see, it sort of feels like out of the spirit of social media, to buy it. But then you look at his personality and you say, you're probably right. He would have to. But the great irony is they're coming to me and be like, hey, match his offer. I'll give you a discount even a little bit, but since we make our living this way, we'd love not to help. But imagine Donald Trump was buying people to vote for him, right? He doesn't do it the old-fashioned way, like, hey, get down with the people. Talk with the people. We had plenty of politicians who can lecture us, who will have a conversation at us. We haven't had many who can actually have a conversation with us. That's the reality, guys. And I get it. I understand the irony in sort of, another billionaire from New York being able to talk with regular people and have a conversation and figure out what it is that they want. Okay, I understand that. The difference between Mike Bloomberg and how he made his money and Donald Trump and how he made his money is Donald Trump made it with workers, right? Not behind a computer screen, not with tech people, with construction workers, with grounds guys on the ground. He was a better developer because he spent time with those people. That's why in 2016, remember the media? Oh, Donald Trump, he's incapable of speaking in any way other than a fourth grader. No, he just doesn't need to pretend to be the highfalutin schmuck that all these other people are. All right? Come on. He's able, and more importantly, guys, he's willing to say what we're all thinking. He's willing to say it's okay to put America first. Think about that. Let's worry about 2020 first, guys, okay? One focus. Eyes on the prize, 2020, okay? But thank you. He's willing to say those things. He's okay with saying, I want your taxpayer dollars to maybe benefit you and your children and your grandchildren. The other side doesn't want that. They would rather spend your money, right, on people who are not paying into a system, on people that don't actually live here. Illegal immigrants under the Democrat Party platform today have it better than Americans. They want to give them free health care, free education, all of these things that you Americans don't get for free, but you'd sure as hell pay for them, don't you? Since when has that become acceptable? All right? Since when has that become acceptable? He wants America to produce, to manufacture, to have exports besides the American dream. Because the only thing we've exported for the last few decades has been your American dream. He wants you to be able to live that dream. He wants your children and your grandchildren to be able to live that dream. The only thing that I have seen from the Democrat platform is that none of them want any of that for you. All right? They want to take care and take over health care. In all fairness, guys, they couldn't count the votes in Iowa with thousands of people on the ground and 4 years to prepare for it. We're going to give these morons... No, I don't use that word lightly, but if you have thousands of people and 4 years to prepare, you should be able to count 100,000 votes overnight, not in 3 weeks. I'm just saying. I know addition is hard. Makes me not want to give you control of everything like they want, right? But that's the reality, folks. You have people on the other side that will tell you that spending $93 trillion on the Green New Deal is wonderfully intelligent economically. Just so you know, that is 15 times what the U.S. government brings in every year. So if you don't build another school, you don't fix a ship or a plane for the military, you don't build another hospital, you don't fix a road, nothing that you get from the government, you don't do anything for 15 years, you can eliminate farting cows and air travel. Congratulations, guys, this is wonderful. Is there an adult in the room? Seriously. Like, you know, so when I say morons, it's an insult to morons. All right? In all fairness. It really is. It really is. Right? Think about that. But what's scarier is not that they would blindly follow a freshman congresswoman who didn't know the 3 branches of government when she was inaugurated. Minor details, minor details. What's scarier is that every leading Democrat presidential contender at the time signed on to it. It's all marketing, and no one has ever held them accountable. You know how you know that no one has held them accountable? Let's take Elizabeth Warren. Affectionately known as Pocahontas. I like to say Pocahontas, you know. The F is sort of silent, but in all fairness, that's what it is. But think about it. This is someone who the media tried to make a contender. She was leading, and it's obviously hers to lose. I said, sort of like Hunter Biden, right? I said, what do you think would happen to Donald Trump Jr.? If Donald Trump Jr. ran around and got tenure, got jobs, got $500,000 from Harvard to teach one class a semester, on the auspices that I was Native American. Because, in all fairness, I am about as Native American as Liz Warren. All right? But this is someone who the left is promoting as a real contender. She sat on the stage, and she's around a table, and she gets trolled into taking a DNA test. But more importantly, guys, she gets the test results back. And they say, you are maybe, and the maybe was a big part, because it could be even less, if there is such a thing as less than 1/1024th. But as many times as I do this, I still crack up, because they got a result that said 1/1024th, maybe, and they looked around the table at each other. These are the leaders of her cabinet, the people who will maybe end up in her cabinet, and they said, less than 0.1%. And rather than just being, we're going to pretend that never happened, this is a win. We got Trump. It's totally legit. It's insanity. But it shows you mentality. I don't want that person in charge of the nuclear football, okay? They're not going to make a good decision for you. Her entire life is based on a lie. But no one has a problem with it. No one has an issue with it, except for us and you. But guys, there's a reason we're filling up stadiums here. There's a reason we're getting it done. Because in 2016, Donald Trump came to you and said, what do you have to lose? But now you actually have something to lose, right? You saw it this week. Barack Obama said, oh, well, I'm taking credit for the economy. I go, Barack, in all fairness, Barack, you yourself said, hey, Donald, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do that with unemployment? How are you going to do that with GDP? How are you going to do that with jobs? There's no magic wand for that. Well, abracadabra, buddy, there is. There is a magic wand for that. But guess what, boys and girls? These people on the left, they don't have it. Right? They have PC insanity that has created regulation, rules designed to help bureaucrats that stymie and destroy businesses, family, big, small, and otherwise. We can't we can't allow them to take over, guys. That's why we need you. We need you guys to stay in the game. We need you guys to stay in the fight. Stay in it, okay? Because I promise you it is worth fighting for. All right? We have the chance to keep righting the ship, to get this thing going even further in the right direction. Look at the accomplishment that Trump has gotten done. Look at all of the things he's done. Promise made after promise kept, one after the other. But guess what? There is more to come. And guys, and when we do it, I promise you it's going to be worth it now. what I'd like you to all do is send the Democrats, really the communists at this point, right? Let's call it what it is. I wrote about it in my book. I know a little bit about communism because my mother escaped from it. No, she did. My mother escaped from communist Czechoslovakia. And I always said, you know what, it's interesting. They can get people to get up on stages like this. The crowds are much smaller, like 3 people. But they can get them to get up on a stage and talk about the Green New Deal being a wonderful economic plan, but they can't find someone from Cuba. They can't find someone from Venezuela. They can't find someone from China to say, let's bring that shit here. They can't do it. You know why they can't find someone? Because, guys, the boats only come one way. People want to come here. They come here for the freedoms that we are fighting for, that you all are fighting for, that we all believe in. So we need you to be in the fight with us. Donald Trump didn't need this job, and you guys don't need to do anything. But we all stepped up for a reason. That's why we're doing it. And people, when they say, what should we do? I say, what would you do? What would you do if you woke up on November 4th and Bernie Sanders is your president? What would you do then? What would you do then for a do-over? What would you do then for a mulligan? Well, guess what, guys? There are no do-overs. You get one chance to get this right. So whatever you would do then, do it now. Do it now, and I promise you, my whole family, especially my father, is going to be in this fight. I also assure you one other thing. He will make it very, very, very entertaining. We're going to have some fun, guys. I just want to thank you for the support from the bottom of my heart. It means so much to see these things, to see so many great, hardworking Americans just want to live their American dream. It's an honor for me to be a part of your movement. And I just want to thank you and assure you that no one's going to fight harder. So thank you very much, Arizona. Get in the game, stay in the fight, and let's bring this thing home in November, okay?